Know what it's doing.
Now it
yeah,
is.
yeah, we live now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got one of the lovely ladies of Life Game that has joined us tonight. It's the lovely Moochella. How you doing, Moochie?
Hi.
And y'all know that the living legend, sometimes he's on CPT time, so he'll be dragging in here soon. We might have B. Avery come through. We might have E-Man come through. These Hollywood superstars that network with us, they might all be coming through. But until they do, you know me and Muchella can keep you thoroughly entertained, thoroughly on your back heels, and just trying to give you guys something to, here he is. Here he is. The man who needs no introduction. I'm black mixed with blackity black, mixed with a little bit of the DMV, mixed with a little bit of living legend. It's the big homie, Larry. How you feeling tonight, brother?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good, man. I want to know how Muchella feels having like a Life Games living legend sandwich going on.
Right. She smacked in the middle, Larry.
I'm smack dab in the middle.
Larry, she smacked in the middle. Everywhere she goes, like smack on this side.
Right in the middle. Pop,
pop. So, having said that, ladies and gentlemen, spill the tea. We appreciate you. You've been rocking with me for a hot minute. I had to get you on my list and send you something. It's Friday. We want to let your hair down. We want you guys to feel good. We want you to decompress and just let us entertain you, make you laugh, and give you some life games to get you ready for the weekend. I want to give a program note, and I'll be doing this a lot. Please be sure that not only do you subscribe to my channel and Larry and Moochie's channel, but when you do subscribe, it is very important you guys turn on the notifications. I don't know what's going on with YouTube since they started doing the kid-friendly thing, but people's notifications are getting turned off or not even being turned on. If you guys want to catch us every time we pop up, you've got to turn on those notifications. And I've been hearing this repeatedly from people over and over. So be sure you do that.
Yeah.
So let me give y'all what we're talking about tonight. Y'all won't believe this. Didn't T-Pain say he was in love with a stripper?
He did.
Well, we got a white guy that fell in love with a stripper, claims he loaned her money. She ain't giving him his money or his laptop back, and he tried to sue her.
Oh, he fell for the okie doke.
He fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Yes, he did.
That was a Judge Judy episode.
It was a judge for real. It was Judge. Well, this might be the same guy because homeboy is sick about that. We got to talk about that. We've got a trailer for The Chi episode 3 that's coming out this week. We're going to break it down, let you guys know how we feel about it. And we've also got a review for Run the World, the sneaky little series that y'all have on the low been enjoying the battles me and Larry have with the lovely ladies of Life Games.
That night alone is Battle of the Sexes night.
Yeah,
that's what we need to call it. Because
I didn't even know y'all was feeling that, but I got a bunch of comments that said they love the debate, and they want to make sure we keep it going on Tuesday. So we'll be back with that. And then
it's not really a battle when you know you're gonna win already. It's sort of like, what can you do?
That's your opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Larry be on his Skip Bayless when he get on there on them Tuesday nights. So y'all definitely want to tune in.
And who's the guy that be with Skip?
Shannon Sharp. That would be me.
I'm gonna be like, Skip, just
Skip.
Y'all gonna be just like that.
Skip.
Oh, man.
Skip. And we also got to talk about Larry's favorite politician. No, I'm playing Matt Gaetz, old pissant. I mean, Lord have mercy.
Dude.
Yeah, man. All of them, bro. And then last but not least, for my people trying to get them life gains financially, I got another stock tip for you guys. Maybe it's more so of a stock group versus a tip. And ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, there is a link in my video description if you want to get a one-on-one video conference hour with me to give you the basics on stock trading. Link is in description. I've done this pretty much with everybody on this panel. A lot of the YouTubers, I've taken them through and just kind of shown them different foundations they should look for. And I forgot that I didn't have the link up until somebody asked me what happened to the link. So check it out. So Moochie, I'll let you start this out. Where you want to go
wanted
first?
to tell people too, if you want to know how to spend money, make sure to go hit me up for a one-on-one. I will tell you about all the tech out there that you can spend all your hard-earned money that Lamont over there is going to help you earn. I'm going to help you spend it.
Yep. and yeah, I'm gonna help you earn it. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I will say this, Larry. Shouts out to the brother that hit me up and said he has completely changed his life, and all he's doing for a living right now, Larry, is trading stocks. That's all he's doing.
That's awesome.
So basically what he did was he saw my video when I said, if you have a whole lot of cash and you want to get a good return every week, if you've got 100 grand or something like that, do sell some puts on Amazon, those higher tier stocks, but just make sure you pick the strike that's low enough that it doesn't drop fast. Larry, he hit me up and said he's been doing that ever since October, and he quit his job in February because he's been so successful doing it. I said, wow. Right on, my brother.
That's amazing. Big ups to him.
Big ups to him, man. He was already trying to figure out, he wanted to do a business or something on his own. He really didn't want employees, kind of like me. And he saw the way I did my setup and decided, you know what, let me try it. And he did it. I'm proud of him. We might have to get him up here to tell the story because I'm very proud of him. Yep. So Moochella, I'll let you pick. Where you want to go first? The Shy, Run the World, the stripper who got sued, or Matt Gaetz, bum ass?
I got the first choice.
Yeah, you get a pick. You get ladies pick. You in the middle.
I say let's go with the stripper. Let's start off with that.
Oh, there we go. That way, they don't have to put it on one of us. Nobody can.
So that way y'all can't say.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a story.
I want to see if it's the girl that was on Judge Judy.
Okay, story that has came out of Houston.
She was on Judge Judy. It was a Judge Judy case like that.
Came out of Houston. White guy basically fell in love with a stripper, gave her all this money, gave her his laptop, and then decided he wanted it back. And she wouldn't give it back. And we'll break it down afterwards, but take a look at this. We got B. Avery. Before we jump on this, let's bring in the good brother B. Avery. B. Avery.
There he is.
What's up?
How you feeling, my brother?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. How y'all doing?
We hanging tough, my man.
Hey, Moochie, how you doing?
Hi.
Y'all be sure to subscribe to this brother's channel and be sure to turn on the notifications. If you guys do not want to be steered wrong when it comes to these movies, you got to jump on that brother's channel. And you got to turn on the notifications because YouTube be tripping every now and then. And
if you ever want to know what he's working on and he tries to be like, I got something hidden in the bag, there's a secret way to know. Just look right over his shoulder right there and you can see what he's got cooking.
Yep. Right. That's all you got to do. Look over the brother's shoulder. So B. Avery, the first story we covering tonight is a news story. In which a white guy fell in love with a black stripper, and I told y'all those black butts, man, it's something melodic about that skin and the way that butt wiggle.
It's the chocolate.
That wiggle, you know how it is. You know how it is that chocolate. So let's take a look at that story, and then we'll break it down.
To move twice, switching jams, switching jobs.
But having a customer sue her is a first for the statuesque dancer who calls herself Nomi.
He was becoming a regular, and we did become friends. I really like him as a friend, and I still do.
We had a dating relationship, and on May 3rd, we had broken up.
Robert Wallace says he loaned the dancer about $2,000, and he wants it back along with a laptop and some DVDs.
I don't believe in loans because I don't want to pay anybody back.
I know how stubborn she can be, so after a week of waiting for her to return my things, I decided to file a suit to get my stuff back.
Since the word loan doesn't seem to be in Nomi's vocabulary, and Robert says the cash and other items were not gifts, it looks like an out-of-court settlement is out of the question.
She later goes on to say He's asking to get something back he gave me, but there's no way I can get my pussy back that I gave him, and they bleeped that part out.
She said that.
Yeah, she said
Right, no, she can't get that back.
She straight up said it. So Moochie, since we gave it to you, how do you feel about this situation? Do you feel for little buddy right here who fell for the banana in the tailpipe?
He was a lick. How they say it, he was a lick. So you know.
This dude,
Come on,
man, he looked like a doughboy.
That was his girlfriend. Did you hear what he said? We dated for about 2 months. What?
He said we were in a dating relationship. You weren't dating her. You were paying her.
You wasn't dating. You was a lick. You was a sucker. So you got licked.
The mere fact that he thought she was in a relationship shows just how good she is at her job. That shows you how good she was at her, because that's the job of strippers, entertainers, the porn industry. They need you to feel like you can be with them. Having said that, B. Avery, I'll come to you, and I know you like to keep your stuff PG, you know. So we're not gonna put no pressure on you to say anything crazy. You can leave that to everybody else on the panel. Let us get in trouble.
It's all good. It's all good. But this dude is effing delirious, man. Man, it's just, that is just the number one rule, man. Is it's like the stripper does not like you. They like your money. That's you. It don't matter how much they whisper in your ear, nibble on you, touch on you, wiggle the ass. It don't. I mean, all the nice things they can say, it does not matter, man. They don't like you. They just want the money. I mean, they got to do a hell of a lot to just really convince me. Okay, no, this chick really likes me. Like, okay, you can take my number, you can call me, and I'm not gonna pay you. I remember when I was in college, I went. It was a homegirl. I found out she was stripping. I was like, what? So she told me where she was at. I went to go see her, and while she was in the back, a stripper came over trying to do her thing, sell herself, and I just said straight up, I was like, look, I don't have any money. So if you want to
right away after that.
If you want to stay, you can stay, but I don't have any money. And she got up and left 30 seconds later, and I wasn't tripping. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm just keeping it real. And this dude right here just embarrassed himself. You know, like, and you saw how she tried to save it. She tried to save his face a little bit when she was like, you know, we were really good friends, and I still like him as a friend. And then she cut herself off and tried to change the sentence because she didn't want to embarrass the guy.
Right,
but, bruh,
right.
I mean, I wish I can be a fly on the wall next time he goes to a job interview or somewhere. Ain't you the dude that, you know, tried to get the money back from the stripper? Dude is a clown. This is embarrassing. He should have just took that L and kept it moving. I'm sure he got the money. He should have just kept it moving and saved his family. Don't have no kids, man, because they're gonna pull this video up at the elementary school and make fun of them. So I don't feel sorry for him. I don't.
Living legend, I'm gonna come to you, but let me shout out my big homie Lil Rock. Have to catch the playback, but just want to say thank you for the Ford long call tip. Made decent profit. My brother, that's what we do on this channel. And me and Larry have always said we've got to keep doing the stocks because so many people individually hit us up to say that they've been making gains from it. And I want y'all to forgive me for taking it away because I'm just trying to do things to help my channel grow so that I can be allowed to put more of this type of stuff that actually helps you guys make a difference. So Lil Rock, I appreciate that, man. Keep rocking with us.
I feel like we need to bring it back, but I think because before we were doing it on Sunday, and it was already tough because we were already doing 3 shows a week, plus sometimes 4 if we had an extra show.
Right.
I feel like we should bring it back, except maybe do that on Wednesday and make it a dedicated show, because when people are investing, they want to be able to get in on it during the trading week. And so maybe we should revisit that again, because every time we stop it, people keep coming back saying they want it back.
They do. Like right now, there's 5 people in my inbox wanting to get a one-on-one just after the last video we did when I did mention Ford, because whenever I get these tips, I usually hit the boys up. I hit up B. Avery and the crew. I'll hit up Larry, and they typically jump on them. And this is what happens, you know. And we just happened to talk about it that night. So I'm very thrilled that you guys are following this and helping make your family a better place. So Lil Rock, I rocks with you. And me and Larry might start doing that again Tuesday once we're done reviewing Run the World. But Larry, have at it,
and
man.
Just for all of you want to know, I've been trying to nudge him towards Ford for like the last 8 months or so, because I bought Ford at $6 a long time ago, and he said Ford. He stuck his tongue out and said, ugh, ugh. He was like, that's a stinker.
And then when January came, I bought a long call on it for $7 and held it till it got to 13. I held it all the way to 13. And that, I mean, needless to say, you can do the numbers on that. And then it dipped. Then I got a little news about that electric truck they was going to do. And I said, Larry, they're going to drop the electric truck in 2 weeks. Jump on it right now. Larry said, I'm going to go get me a little more. And that's what happened. And so now they're up above $15. And the street is saying they might get to 20 by the end of the year. So still a good time to jump in. But Larry, what you got to say about this stripper? Would you have fell for the banana in the tailpipe?
I will say this. I personally would not have fell for the banana in the tailpipe, because I've had enough dealings with strippers personally, just like having them as friends to know what the deal is. But I could see how a dude like him could easily fall for the okie doke. When I looked at her, I loved her look. Like I hope her stripper name is Goldie, because she looks like she could have been dipped in gold, like that Goldfinger lady from James Bond, because she's just got that. I like her look. She looks like she's gold, you know?
She did.
But I mean, this is the thing.
So what you saying he look like, Larry? What you saying he look like Opie from Andy Griffith?
He does. He looks all doughy and whatnot. He looks like a dude who doesn't have any real experience with women.
God, oh my.
And he doesn't have any real experience with women, and he went out there. He got caught up with a sex worker, and didn't realize sex workers have real friends and real relationships, just not with their clients. You know. And you were thinking that was your girlfriend, and not realizing that you were a client, you know? And so maybe she gave him the girlfriend experience, but girlfriend experience or not, you're still a client. The thing is, though, is that Black folks, we basically have instructional videos and music explaining how to deal and not to deal with strippers. We have them all the time. They have people talking about T-Pain. Before that, BBD, Don't Trust a Big Button to Smile. All these songs people have written about how to know that you're dealing with somebody who's after your money. People talking about gold diggers and all the other stuff. And I'm not even going to call strippers gold diggers, because the reality of it is they're at work. That is actually their job, is to extract as much money out of your pocket as they possibly can. And she was very good at her job. If the dude was giving up laptops and all kinds of cash, and I mean, first of all, if you have a girlfriend, don't loan. I mean, even if it was his girlfriend, don't loan your girlfriend $2,000. If you can't afford to give her $2,000, then just say, "Sweetie, I can't afford to give you $2,000." If you can afford to give it to her, then give it to her, and hopefully she'll give it back to you. But if you make a loan to a friend like that, you are risking your friendship.
I would never do that. Lend my girlfriend $2,000. I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't. If your girlfriend needs $2,000 and you have $2,000 that you want to give her, then just give it to her and say, "Here's $2,000. Take care of whatever it is." Like, I don't know. Maybe she's behind on her rent. Maybe she needs to fly back to Nigeria because her dad is sick or something. I don't know. I'm just making some random stuff up. But my point is don't loan money like that because it just means, I mean, first of all, if they don't have the money, how are they going to pay it back in the first place? So it's not like you're borrowing money to get a house. She needs a short-term loan like that, which means she already has some other financial issues. And if it's your girlfriend, you probably know what her financial situation is to begin with, which means you should know you shouldn't loan her any money. Do you know?
The question is, was she clapping her booty when he was doling out the cash?
Probably.
Was he making it rain?
Probably. And see, I'm going to tell y'all what happened with my nephew. My nephew, and I'm not going to say his name, he wanted to go to the strip club so bad. He was about 24. And I gave him $60 to go to the club, because here where I live at in Greensboro, the biggest homecoming is NCA&T homecoming. So him and a couple of folks from Greenville came to the strip club, and they wanted to go, and I said, fine, we'll go. I'm gonna give you a couple of dollars, but I need you to learn how to make this money stretch. So I gave my man like $80 and won. Fellas and lady, I cannot make this story up.
He was broke in 2 minutes, huh?
We hit the door. And when you hit the door at this club, the boom boom room is like the next step to the right. Why is it that these like 5 chicks swarm my nephew, got him in the boom boom room, and 3 minutes later, we just got in the club. I haven't even sat down yet. He come back talking about, man, I'm broke already.
Oh, no.
The fuck? You broke? I gave you 81s 5 minutes ago.
Wow.
5 minutes ago. And then when they tried to get him to go in the boom boom room, I said, nephew, don't go in there with them fine girls. And Larry, when I say they were fine, oh my God, Lord have mercy. Larry,
here's a tip. If you go to a strip club and you really want to get at a stripper, here's what you do. You don't dance with anybody. You don't tip anybody. When the strippers come up there and they try and ask you if you want to dance, whatever, you simply tell them, I'm not here for that. I'm just here with my boys so they can party and drink and I can drive them home. I'm just here supporting. So, and then oftentimes their whole demeanor changes because you're no longer looked at as a client or as a potential, trick that they can get some money out of. They just look at you as a regular old dude that just happens to be there. And then you have the opportunity to talk to them. So if you're trying to get at a stripper, which I personally don't recommend because most dudes don't have the intestinal fortitude to deal with a woman that takes her clothes off for a living. That takes a lot. That takes a lot to deal with that. And most people don't have it in them. So, but if you do want that, you can't come at them like you're a client tipping them and be up in the club, dancing with girls and whatnot. They just won't see you as anything but as a trick.
Yeah. And I tried to warn my nephew, but it happened. So let me super chat my people. Buzz is bewildered that I got 2 streams going at the same time, so he super chatted Buzz. I got to multitask, my man. I'm learning quickly. And Will Lawrence sent me a super chat, $4.99. I appreciate that, my brother. And you know what? You go get you some of that choc cake because chocolate tastes real good.
It does.
It sure do look good. So next thing we're gonna cover, B. Avery. Oh man, he sent another super chat because he misspelled it. Will, I knew what you were talking about. I knew what you was talking about. We ain't gonna hold you in the street for that.
What did he say?
Moochie, you have any friends that used to ever strip?
No, I used to go. I went to a strip club before.
You did? What did you think about it?
In the Bronx.
What did you think about it?
I mean, I was just looking at them doing them tricks and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. And if you go, some of these places, the women are like serious athletes.
Too.
You went with your who?
Say it again?
My ex-husband.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Right. Well, B. Avery, we're gonna hit this next one.
A male strip club at my friend's bridal shower. That was off the hook.
I bet. Well,
that didn't count.
Yeah.
What do you mean that ain't count?
B. Avery, the next thing we're going to cover, because I know I don't think you're following this show so we can get it out the way, is Run the World. And it's been a big hysteria on my channel because me and Larry take on the women and do the men versus the women issues on Tuesday. And Sharonda's actually reviewing the show as well. We might have to get her up on here to help balance it out for the women, because these ladies don't know what to do with 2 strong black men kings. They don't know what to do with us up here.
Don't believe the hype.
We have to get on here, and I have to mansplain stuff to them because I have to mansplain the show to them because they don't really understand the way women really think, even though they're women. So I have to mansplain it to them.
Okay.
And it'd be crazy. So here's the preview. And we'll break down what we think is going to happen. And we'll go from there. This is going to be Run the World episode 4 preview.
Y'all look cute together.
Thank you.
Not together, though.
Keep living here. It just makes sense that you move out.
Your brother is an incredible man. I am the lucky one. What's going on with you? I'm not the one you should be concerned about.
Okay.
So for those of you that didn't see what happened, let me break it down for you. First clip was Renee still living with her husband she's going through a divorce with. And I ain't gonna lie, Larry, if I was that Negro, I wouldn't be leaving either. Hell
no. I'd be like, you're the one that said you wanted a divorce. If you want out the relation, you want out of the marriage, then you leave the marital home. Don't try and say you want to leave the marriage and then try and turn this into some single household. Nah, this is the marital home. If you want to leave the marriage, then you leave it. Then you leave the house. But
are they still
that's that.
Go ahead, B. Avery.
Are they still having sex?
They had the last time before she said it.
Yeah, but they did before the last time. But here's the problem, B. Avery. She was trying to be too kinky, and she was trying to do some kind of reverse cowgirl, and she kicked him in the nose.
She wasn't even having. They weren't having sex together. She was having sex on top of him. He wasn't even there for her. He was basically just an instrument of her.
Yeah. He was a dildo that felt like a human being.
You know, like this is ridiculous tonight.
Do we need to get Nina up in here for you?
Because she went to turn around and she didn't want to dismount and she kicked him in his head.
Man, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna start watching this tonight. Oh, okay.
There we go.
We got a large super chat from E-Man. Had to watch y'all on mute to save my Christian ears on the line. Everybody hit the thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not doing it right now, please be sure to go and like E-Man's movie reviews. He just dropped something fresh today as we speak. The brother puts out great content. He could be a professor and teach you guys on a numerous amount of things, but right now his energy is on movies, things dealing with the Hollywood entertainment. Check my brother out. Him and B. Avery are real tight. We're all real tight, and he does good work. So check him out and super chat that brother every time he go live. Sooner or later, we're gonna all be hooking back up for Loki. When does that start? I think is that next week or week after next? Next Wednesday. So we might be hooking up on Friday, doing Loki on Friday if the fellas can agree that works for them. So y'all stay.
Loki's coming in the middle of the week.
Yep,
middle of the week, man.
I like that.
About time, right?
Yeah,
about time. So, let's see here. Okay, so with Run the World, you got homeboy B. Avery was on the bottom, she on top, riding him, and then she tried to spin and do it in a way that made her feel sexy. Wasn't doing nothing for him, but she spins and kicks him right in the face and in the nose. And you women that was trying to call him a pretty boy, that he couldn't be kicked in the nose. I don't know no man who's having sex with a woman and wants to be double kicked in the chin like they Shawn Michaels in the middle of sex.
Yeah, that's not.
No, we don't want no super kicks to the chin while we screwing. No,
you're having sex. It's not the Kumite.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not come one, come all. Bring your feet and your balls. No. No. But
mortal sexual combat.
Right. Moochie, I'm gonna give it to you. What you think is gonna happen this episode?
Well, we see that Ella and Anderson. Yeah, Ella and Anderson. Or he's really trying to work his way back in.
He in.
And
he's not working his way back in. Dude was in the moment he got back.
Yep.
Yeah, well, now that there was a thing where there was a miscommunication when he left. So I believe he's going to get back in. And it looks like
he's already back in. I think that's one of those female things that you're mistaken. He's trying to get back in. He's already in.
He never left.
When he got back and he kissed her in that bathroom, he was in. She got all flustered and left, tried to go pick up that dude, and then she went home with the Asian dude who had whiskey dick and couldn't even give her none. So he was already. She was up there thinking, I'm trying to wash this dude out. I'm trying to wash him out of my palate with this other guy, and then the other dude can't even perform. And so then she says, okay, I'm going to try it again. So she's going to go sleep with a colonizer. And then she goes and tries to sleep with him. And then she gets grossed out. So she has to leave again. So now all this that she's doing, it's all just a bunch of fluff and stuff. It's just bravado trying to act like she's not going to be with him. The fact of the matter is she can't help herself even if she wanted to.
He never left her, Moochie. He never
Oh no,
left
he
space in
was
her
in
brain.
here. He was in
Yep.
here.
He
I
was
believe
always
that.
in the brain. Yep.
He was
Living
in
rent
here. I
free.
believe. I'm not denying that.
Rent
There we
free in
go.
the brain, but
Yeah,
paying to live
he
in the
had-
panties.
And she was trying to get him off her mind. But and I also think with Whitney talking to her future sister-in-law, it looks like it's gonna go left or something.
Yeah,
like
that's gonna go left.
She looks like she sees right through her.
Yep.
It's good. It was gonna go left because Whitney doesn't want to be married.
Nope.
She wants to run around and act like a hoe.
You know what? You're gonna stop that right now.
She did. She said that's what she wanted to do. She was up there talking about, oh, I've been with my college sweetheart instead of effing that dude over there. She wants to be a hoe. I mean,
That's
if you
what
want to
she
be a
did.
hoe, be a hoe. Just don't ruin somebody's life in the process.
Now, Moochie, you got to admit, the thing that a lot of women always say, I want a man who look good, I want a man with money, I want a man with a big penis, I want a man to blow my back out. I want a
It
man
seems like
who's,
she got all of that and she still wants one.
then she trying to get with
you mess with community P?
Right.
That's
She
what I
did.
don't understand.
Right,
Once Ella said I slept with him, then Renee slept with him, and the girl in our Pilates class slept with him. That was like telling you, like, don't do this, girl.
So B. Avery, here's the thing. This one girl on there, you'll see if you watch it. She is engaged to a dude who she went to college with. They were dating all through college. The dude loves her. He's faithful. The dude is ripped and abbed up.
He's a doctor.
And just to add on to the icing on top of that cake, he's a doctor.
B. Avery,
Not like a PhD doctor, like a bona fide, I could save your life if you've been shot in the neck doctor.
B. Avery, he looks like he could be the next Black Panther if they wanted to recast a new T'Challa.
Exactly, he does. But does she want him? No. What does she do? She goes and messes with a guy that her girlfriends call community peen because all of them have smashed.
Yep. And so then B. Avery,
he had smashed her. At this point, it was only her that had been left out. Now he has smashed their entire crew.
No, he didn't smash. He didn't smash the girl that's with the professor.
Yeah, he didn't smash.
We don't know that.
I mean, Sandy. No, because they said it. She said
make sure I have
everybody
a
she
full
smashed.
understanding. I want to make sure I have a full grasp. So you have college sweethearts, a dude that's faithful. He's rich. He's a doctor. And he's ripped to shreds.
Yep.
Even though he's ripped, does it appear that the sex is good that he's giving her?
Absolutely.
She's satisfied.
Absolutely.
But because all of her friends smashed this other dude that apparently he did a good job, she wants to get in on it too.
Not just that, but she feel like that in college she never had the opportunity to be quote unquote wild.
She wants to be a hoe. She wants to go out there and be a hoe because she feels like she missed out on her hoe phase.
She's no good. Oh, dude needs to knock her down another 1 or 2 times and bounce. Yeah. Yep. She's no good. There's no saving her.
Nope.
You don't save hoes.
And it's gonna go left with her. It's gonna go left. In my opinion, it already went left because the women tried to tell me and Larry that community peen was gonna be a one-hitter quit. No, I take that back. Moochie agreed with me. Moochie agreed with me and Larry. We said
she saw the look in his eyes.
Right. We saw it. We said that he was going to want to come back to her. And
I said that. I said she's going to just want to hit it and quit it.
Right. Yeah, that's what you said. You did say that. Me and Larry were sitting here like, dude, he going to want some more of that. He going to want some more of it. It was Nita that said, nah, he's community peen. He going to move on. Next thing we know, B. Avery, he shows up at an event while the girl is there with her fiance.
Yeah.
And the fiance knows him from the sports bar.
Right. And to make it worse, the girl who's married and trying to get a divorce invited him so that she can try to sleep with him again. And he ain't pay her no attention because he wanted the girl who's trying to get married.
It seemed like all these women are scallywags.
Except for one. Except for one.
Except for one.
Except for one.
So I got 2 quick questions. First, how long are each episode? Are they 30 minutes or an hour?
30
Yeah, they're like
minutes.
20. They're like 20-some minutes, 30
Okay,
minutes.
cool. And as far as like how graphic it is it MA mature, or do they actually show the sex like they do on Power, or is it kind of like, you
It's
know?
on Stars, so you know they're gonna show it like
Okay.
Power.
It's not as graphic as Power. It's probably it's in line with time with like Sex in the City.
Larry, don't lie to this brother, because that scene with the colonizer, I could barely watch it. B. Avery, they had a white
and that's
dude.
what I was saying.
They had
He's
a
only-
white dude trying to smash the black sister from the back, and he was in there saying, "Say my cock's name. Say my cock's name." and B. Avery, I lie to you not, B. Avery, I lie to you not. When he said that, she was like, "Oh hell no. I ain't gonna be getting pumped by a colonizer." Harriet Tubman is rolling over her grave. She stopped mid-stroke, got up and left.
She didn't even put her shoes on.
Nope, she just got up, butterball naked, and left.
And Moochie, do you enjoy the show yourself?
I like the show. Only thing that I have a problem with is that. Like, why are you laughing at me?
The only thing I have a problem with is the way they represent black women in this show about black women.
Right. And B. Avery is written and produced by black women.
And one of the girls that wrote it, she said it's based on her life. So,
okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm with as far as
I'm gonna give it a try.
You should give it a try.
I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna watch it.
And I'm gonna tell you right now.
This. I don't necessarily like how some of these people are represented.
Right.
But it's not that it's inaccurate. I know there have been people out there like that. I've known people out there like that. But at the very core of it, it is an entertaining show, which is what shows are supposed to do. They're supposed to entertain. They just don't always like what they are offering for that entertainment.
Exactly.
Right.
And the first episode might be tough to get through, but stick through the first episode, get to the second one. And then when you want to get the real context, just watch us on Tuesday night, because we rewrite the story the way it should have been written, me and Larry.
Oh, you got a super chat?
Oh, it's your boy Jacoby. Big
Kobe.
Kobe up in the building. She's expressing herself. Oh, Lord. Yeah.
She's
expressing something. When somebody put that ring on your finger, it ain't no more freedom, bro.
Right.
Nah.
You giving that up.
Nah, if you need to sleep with someone different while you're married, then you need to play dress up.
Right.
You know,
go somewhere else with
something.
that.
Either that or move to Utah and get a third or something.
Hey, they're doing it left and right. So now, B. Avery, we're going to go to a show that you know a little bit, The Chi. And
I don't know nothing about The Chi.
You never watched
Really?
The Chi? Oh wow! I thought you
I
did
thought
the
you was
Power.
watching.
I thought you did Power and The Chi.
I just do Power.
Oh,
all right.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna go through this real quick. They dropped another trailer. I didn't get a chance to see this one, but we'll react to it and we'll break it down. And B. Avery, we'll have ways to get you involved in the conversation, because this story a trip too. Larry has a hot take for this show that tends to inflame some people in the LGBTQ community, but
I don't give a damn who it inflames, because I don't talk about just them. I talk about everybody with this show, because Lena Waithe is just a hater.
See, that's why he inflames people. But let's take a look at it.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
What you do?
I told her about Dawn.
Oh shit.
I wanted to tell her the truth.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's good. You told her the truth. She ain't divorced you.
Yeah, but she fucking one of her clients now.
What?
Yeah, my mom fucking her masseuse and shit. I went to high school with this nigga.
Okay, so everybody getting something except you. That's your problem? Nigga.
That ain't funny.
Yes, it is. And it's kind of what you get, Emmett.
I'm trying to live my life right now. You know what I mean? Like, why am I being punished for doing the right thing?
Well, you can't sin your whole life and then wonder why you can't get into heaven.
Well, I'm in hell right now.
What's she doing, just yelling at you?
No, that's the thing. She ain't saying shit. She just walking around being quiet.
Mm. and a black woman get quiet, you should be scared.
Well, what do I do?
You just gotta wait it out. While you waiting, can you give me some red pop?
Very true.
So, the funny thing I found about this trailer, he knows somehow, some way, that she slept with old Skeletor, the person she's selling drugs to. So, Larry, I'll come to you first. How did she find that out?
How did who find out that he's sleeping with the person?
How did Emmett find out?
Oh, how Emmett found it. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, he knows, but yeah, I don't know how he found out, man. I mean, it's a small world, that whole thing, because Emmett knows some people. He knows that dude he knows the dude where Tiff buys her drugs from. So maybe he heard it through the grapevine. I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, I was sort of like, I mean, I still think what Tiff did was real just dirty, and not to say that Emmett is some innocent character, but Emmett never slept with anybody to try and hurt them. She's doing this intentionally to inflict pain upon her husband, and that's just wrong. But I mean, all of this, I'm hoping that it just leads to him being like, cool, I'm out. You know what? You cheated, and I'm dipping. I'm out. I have a rightful exit to this marriage now, and now he can bounce and go be with Keisha.
His real true love, Keisha. Moochie, what you think?
She is just fine as hell. Every time I see that woman, I'm just like, my God.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he found out because she didn't come home that night.
Yeah, but how would he know exactly who it is, though? He knows exactly who it is.
I think he must have followed her.
What?
He must have followed her. Or he looked through her phone.
See, this is the thing, Brandon, when we were talking about this before on Tuesday, and my thought was, because they were saying, oh, well, you know, he's cheated a bunch of times and he's a hoe. But here's the thing.
He has.
But here's the thing. When dude cheated, they weren't married. They were just either boyfriend and girlfriend, or they weren't even together. Man, they might have been broken up. So, but he's been with a bunch of different women while they were together, but they weren't married. And then they got married. He decided he wanted to be on the up and up. And so he got on the straight and narrow. But before he did, he smashed his business partners, you know, and it's a weird, twisted, incestual relationship now, because his business partner,
he smashed his business partner, then he asked to marry her.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
true.
So he smashed before he got married. So he did. He smashed, and then he asked his girlfriend to marry her. She said yes. They got married. He's been on the up and up since he got married. Now,
but here's the problem, B. Avery. Here's the problem.
Some people might get butthurt about that, but the reality of it is, they tell men, if you're going to go out there and soil your royal oats, do it before you get married, so that when you get married, you don't feel the same inclinations to go out there and do that. And so he's been on the up and up, but he did tell her, before we got married, I smashed Dom, which was
didn't say before. He never did. That's why I think she left the way she left, because he said the way he told her. I think
she never gave him a chance to say. He just said he said he smashed. He didn't really get a chance, because after he told her, she got up and to the left and went straight to this other guy's house and started smashing him. And so,
B. Avery, this was one of those situations where he had to divulge the information. This was not one of those, well, okay, if it happened before the marriage, why are you telling? He had to tell, because the lady that he smashed is the co-owner of his business, in which his daddy is smashing her now. And she went and told the daddy, who couldn't hold water if it was a sink, that she slept with his son, so that she could be transparent. And so now you got a big mouth that knows the story. More than likely, your wife is going to find out. And it's always better if your wife finds out from you than finding out from the street. And so that's why this is not one of them situations where you could tell him to just shut up, let it stay in the past, because too many people know about this, too many opportunities for it to be found out.
So the daddy and the son smashed the same chick.
They smashed the same chick, not at the same time though.
Which is the CEO, or I'm sorry, the co-owner of the company.
Yep.
And when the son smashed, he did it before he married Keisha, and
Before he married Tiff.
I'm sorry, Tiff.
Yeah.
And she felt some type of way about him. Was like, oh, so I'm just gonna go smash on whoever I want now to hurt you.
Basically.
Right. There's this dude. His wife sells weed, and one of her clients is some dude that has been wanting to hit for a while, and apparently she's been wanting to hit too, except she just hasn't done it because I guess she was with her boyfriend and then husband. But the first opportunity that she got, she went straight there. She didn't go to her girlfriend's house and cry and say this dude cheated or nothing else. She went straight to this dude's house and smashed. And to be honest with you, when she did that, I truly believe that she wanted to smash, and she was gonna smash at some point. She just needed an excuse, and this is the excuse that she decided that
was my next question. I was gonna be like, did she want to for a while, or was it just some random stuff?
No. The energy was there, but she didn't exercise it. And people in the comments are making some good points.
No, they're not. They're making cop out.
Can I
please?
Just let me make my point first, Larry. Let me make my point first. One thing that I don't think should have happened, he should have never proposed to this girl anyway. And as simple as this, they're not friends. He has a kid by her, but that don't mean that this person is right for you. You can co-parent by not being with the person.
Kids.
Yeah, right. He's got a bunch of kids.
I mean,
he should have just forgot about her and decided to be with the girl he was just talking to. Because B. Avery, I don't even know if you picked up on it, but you can feel chemistry with them. I mean, they playing the hell out of that role. That's who he should really be with. The girl he married, I feel like he only married her out of guilt and because she was his baby mama.
Yeah. I agree with that.
He wanted to be a better man. He felt like he wanted to get, like after he slept with Dom, he felt really bad about it and he wanted to be better. And I think he was thinking, okay, if I put myself in a permanent situation, I won't do these things. And so he asked, she said yes, and they got married. But here's the thing. A lot of people are bringing up this thing. Oh, well, he cheated before, or he didn't tell her that it happened before they got married. This is the thing. You don't run out of the house and just go smash some other dude because you're angry without hearing the person out, without listening and hearing them out, because you may go and smash and then you find out later, oh shit, he smashed before we were actually married during a time that we weren't even together, you know?
Yeah, she's
or
no
during
good.
a time that before we were married, I thought I ran out and cheated because I thought you cheated on me in the marriage when it turned out you were with him before we got married. And now you didn't cheat and messed up your marriage. So you have to wait and talk and listen and then hopefully still not do something stupid. But if you're going to do something stupid, at least wait and talk and listen. And yeah, I have no sympathy for her at all. Because what she did was to inflict pain on Emmett. I don't even think she really likes that dude so much. I think she may find him attractive, but I don't even think she likes the dude she's smashing. I think she's just doing it to hurt Emmett. And that to me is worse than anything.
Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm. All right. We'll wait and see what happens on Sunday. By the way, me and Larry have been invited to be on Spot the Real. I think some of y'all follow their channel. If not, check them out. Links in the description. They're going to be doing a review, and they will drop the review 9 p.m. that night. And me and Larry will be up there for a segment, dropping our thoughts and everything and how we feel about what is going on that show. So be on the lookout for that. And we're both going to try to make B. Avery show all at the same time.
It's going to be a busy Sunday.
Boy, I'm not looking forward to it either. It's going to be short segments for me everywhere I go. I can tell you that right now. You can predict how someone will react if you hurt them. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. At the end of the day, you just got to try to communicate. And if you're angry, just say, let me part ways for a little while and let me come back when my head is in a better place. That's how you handle it as an adult.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure I'm ready for Sunday because when I get to B. Avery's show, I have to show my whole ass. I can't just show half my ass. I gotta show my whole ass. So I can't go giving half the ass to another show and then come half-ass to B. Avery's.
Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, well, B. Avery, what I'll do is I won't give no ass to nobody and just come and give your show all of it. How about that? I won't give them any jokes. Any kind, I'll be up there as bland as white dude that lost all his money to the stripper.
Yeah.
Then when I get to your show, oh boy, that's when we turn it up.
Me
Yeah,
every
we
show just got
everywhere.
ass everywhere. Just ass.
Yes.
All right. Well, now this one is for Larry. This is Larry's favorite politician, Matt Gaetz. The one who we know goodness well was involved with them girls in that drug trafficking ring. Excuse me, the sex trafficking ring. It's just a matter of time before they wring his neck. Let's talk about this, and Larry, when we're done, you get first dibs on them.
We're following some breaking news now in the ongoing federal investigation surrounding Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. NBC News correspondent Katie Beck has been following these developments for us. Katie, bring us up to speed. What's the newest? What's the headline here?
Well, the headline here is that Matt Gaetz is facing possible obstruction of justice inquiry in this investigation. This is the latest chapter. Federal prosecutors are looking into whether or not Gaetz obstructed justice by having a phone conversation with a witness in the case. It is illegal for anyone who is under investigation to have a witness make a misleading statement or lie in any way to authorities. There is a call that is central to this investigation in which Gaetz apparently talked to one of the women who is a central witness in the sex crime inquiry that is currently going on. Now, this is an evolving case. It's something that we saw a lot of activity on last month when Gaetz' good friend and former tax collector of Seminole County, Joel Greenberg, pled guilty to several charges that we believe are tied to Gaetz in some way. He has given a plea deal, accepted that plea deal for a reduced number of charges in cooperation now with federal authorities, potentially offering them some information that could implicate Congressman Gaetz in this sex crime investigation. Aaron?
And Katie, are we hearing anything from the Gaetz team about this yet?
They continue to say this is a fishing expedition, that it's politically motivated, and that Gaetz never had sex with a 17-year-old, never paid for sex, and that this is purely political. They are also saying that this latest chapter of obstruction is false. So again, categorically denying all of the allegations so far that have been made against him, despite the fact that Greenberg did take that plea agreement just last month.
All right, Katie Beck on some breaking news for us today.
Larry, all I can do is laugh. This is ASA 9, ASA 10, ASA 13. First of all, and I'm sorry I said I was going to give it to you first. I got to make some points here. Whoever continues to follow some of these Republican politicians are idiots that they can placate you when there's facts that go completely against everything that the Matt Gaetz legal team is trying to say. First and foremost, the FBI has traces of you paying these women with your Cash App account. Oh my God, Tobimo. First of all,
idiot.
How stupid, how dumb. See, either you're dumb or you feel like you're so entitled you can't be touched that you literally pay electronically. Not only do they have that, but they have a record of where the payment was, where your location was when you sent the payment, which was in those islands that they're talking about. So out the gate, his team can't be saying that bullshit about, oh, it's a witch hunt, it's a political stunt. No, those are facts. Secondly, then I'm gonna give it to you for real, Larry. He's a politician. Politicians are supposed to know the law, even though we know their asses don't. We know they don't read shit. We know they don't really pay attention to shit. You know good and damn well you're not supposed to be fraternizing with a witness when you're under investigation. Just the mere fact that they've got you on a phone call fraternizing with the witness tells us everything we need to know about your character. Chick is gonna come home to roost. Malcolm X made it famous. I give it to you, Larry.
This is the crazy thing, right? This is I don't understand. So if you have Cash App or Venmo or any of those things, you either have to connect it to either one, a bank account or a credit card.
Right.
Both of them are going to be traced back to you.
If you do it on your phone, if you do it on your phone and you allow the app to track your location, they're going to know where you were at when you sent the payment. My God.
Exactly. I mean, I don't run around sleeping with prostitutes, but if I did, I've watched enough movies and enough TV shows to know this is how you pay them.
You know
Put it on the
what?
bedside and leave it there. That's it. You don't pull out your card. You don't get up there and say, well, why'd you use your credit card? I was trying to get those points. I was trying to get my air mile points. Come on, man. It's just stupidity beyond stupid. And here's the thing with politicians: you have to be real. Politicians and lawyers, you have to be real, just careful and listen to their language, because they're up there talking about, oh, he didn't sleep with a 17-year-old, and I'm thinking to myself, what that tells me is check the birthdays, because maybe she was 16. Because then when they try to come out and say, oh, well, you said he never slept with a 17-year-old, well, he didn't. That's because she was 16.
Or they're talking about she's not 17 now.
Or she's not 17 now because she had a birthday, but when they slept together, she was clearly 17.
Exactly.
It's just, the fact of the matter is, it seems like any time that the Republicans try and stick some shit on Democrats, because they were trying to put Democrats all up on blast with Epstein and all these and sleeping with these young girls. Anytime they try and pin stuff on Democrats, you know that they are doing it and they're trying to cause a distraction. Yeah. And so, but the thing is with Matt Gaetz, it's shameful. It's both Matt Gaetz and that other Marjorie Taylor Greene chick, is that they are big fundraisers for the Republican Party right now. And as long as they are raising money, as long as they're out there on the circuit, as long as they're up there trying to be the little darlings of Trump, and all these Trump cronies are up there just sending in the money, sending in the cash to the Republican Party and raising money, the Republicans are not going to get rid of these people because they don't care about anything except for money and power. And as long as their fundraising is on point, they're not going anywhere.
Uchella, what do you have to say about this human piece of slime?
I'm side-eyeing this whole thing because he knew what he what he was doing.
Yes,
and
of course
and not only this. I don't know if this is the same as him being connected with Epstein's Island or whatever, but you got to look at it like this. He's trying to act just like Donald Trump and talk his way out of it. It's no talking his way out of it. He's guilty. He did this.
They're gonna get him. The evidence.
The question is he gonna get penalized for it?
That's true. And then
because they sweep a lot of stuff under the rug that they do.
But here's what happens in a lot of these cases. You think your homeboy is your homeboy, the FBI come knocking on that door and say your ass is going to be in jail the rest of your life. And they already done got his homeboy to turn on him to take a lesser charge. We don't know what he's telling, but your man is a rat. And as we always try to tell people in our communities, don't be sticking to this don't rat shit. If you have an opportunity to not go to jail, you need to talk, or you have an opportunity to save someone, you need to talk. B. Avery, what do you have to say about Matt Gaetz? And is he in Texas? I think he's Texas.
This dude has been a loser all of his life. He didn't get no ass in high school or college, and he's trying to make up for lost time. Yeah, it's clear as day.
Clear.
What do you get off for having sex with a 16 or 17-year-old? That is just disgusting. I mean, that's just disgusting. There's no other words you can put to it. These are the scum of the earth. Sex book example of losers.
Right.
And, and I'm just repeating, echoing everything y'all said, because it really does make me kind of want to vomit.
I'm gonna tell you what makes
I couldn't even get it up if a woman was under the age of 24 or 25, maybe, and I'm gonna be 37 next month. But a teenager, and you at least 45 years old, that's just ridiculous.
Well, B. Avery, this is what they have done for years. I mean, it's hard to get this out of their DNA. When these black moms on the slave master house was having these kids, the minute them kids had boobies, they would be sneaking up in there, getting them. Where you think we got all these mixed babies from? My other issue with Matt Gaetz is this. you know good and damn well that this stuff is going to drop on your head. And you got the nerve to be stepping up the fire with all this racist Donald Trump horse shit with Marjorie Taylor Greene to bring all this campaign money to the party, when you really should be trying to figure out a way to count your blessings before they lock you up under the jail. And I'm with you, Moochie. I hope that they hit him with the book and put him actually in the book.
They got R. Kelly still in jail. They need to put it seemed like all the white guys is getting away with it.
You know,
and that's the problem.
All of them.
That's the problem. For years, they would have you think that the most dirty, vile, vicious creature on the planet Earth was the African American male.
Mm-hmm.
You know, an African American man gets caught smoking weed. That's worse than a white guy raping women. That's worse than you know, some of everything on the planet. And we need to start calling them out for this shit that they're doing and saying that the only reason they said that about us is because all these vicious, evil, vile things they had in their mind is what they really was thinking.
And as someone said in the comments, they are trying to make pedophilia legal. They are. They're trying to normalize it, and it's disgusting.
See, here's when I say stuff like that, I'm called a conspiracy theorist, and
I've been called that.
Yeah, so
here's the thing that we have to remember with teenagers is that you can have someone who's a teenager and can look like a grown adult. You can have a 16 or 17-year-old woman that is built physically and is attractive like a grown woman. You may look at her and be sexually attracted to this person because they look like a grown woman, but they're not. Just like when you might see a young teenage boy who's 6'2" and weighs 200 pounds, he may look like a grown-ass man, but he's not. And we have to
Larry, you did not have to bring power in this. Talking about my girl Lock and Key. Here you go. Here you go. She went up there and got with Bill Bellamy's son, looking like a damn teenager. You ain't had to go there.
See, I wasn't even thinking about that, but since you brought her up, you know. But that's the thing, and I wanted to point out too. Carbro said he's like the dude, with the 2K and the laptop. I'm not going to say that Gaetz is like him, and the reason why is because that dude with the 2K and the laptop, he went to go find a consenting adult. That was a grown woman who does what she does for a living. That guy just made the difference with him is that he got confused. He went there and he paid for a fantasy and he started to believe the fantasy. Yeah. And he wanted the fantasy to be his reality so much that he started to believe it. And there's a difference between that and taking advantage of a child. Basically what Matt Gaetz did was he's guilty of statutory rape. He raped those girls because children cannot consent. They cannot give you consent. So I mean, the dude is a statutory rapist.
He's the scum of the earth. He's lower than what they tried to make Michael Vick seem like from dogfighting. He's the worst piece of crap in America. And we'll punch it in right there and move on to the last subject, which is stocks. Big Larry, I know your portfolio looking great this week, Big Larry. So, ladies and gentlemen, we always try to give you a nugget of something to help you increase those gains in that portfolio. And by the way, please be sure to subscribe to all the channels up here. Turn on notifications for everybody. And yes, I am back to doing one-on-one to giving people the foundation for stocks, if that's something you want. Stocks that I think you guys should take a look at.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
One-on-ones.
Oh, I've been doing it. I just don't never talk about it.
Bro, we're going to set up an appointment tomorrow. Are you serious?
Threw up your hand.
My bad. Go ahead. I don't mean to.
Honestly, I thought you
referred
knew.
A couple of people to him.
Yes, she did. Moochie has sent me like 5-6 people. I mean, I honestly thought you knew. I mean, I've done it with Larry. I've done it with everybody that's come up here. If they,
I need to teach me like I'm 5 version. I'm just, but
just let me know when you're ready, man. I got your back.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, me and Larry been following these stories like a hawk. Do you hear me? We is not about to let any other bird come in and swoop down and take our roadkill from us. There is something coming in the next couple of weeks that is going to be a short squeeze, but not the kind where the marketplace does a short squeeze. This is going to be more the nature of supply and demand. You guys have heard about the chip shortage. Well, something that helps to power the chips that's also in the shortage is copper. So let's take a look at the copper index, and then we'll break it down afterwards.
Week ahead, we looked at a bullish copper trade earlier this week, but things changed pretty fast, and another trader has a different perspective heading into a new trading month next week. Scott Nations, tell us what you're seeing.
Futures traders have been focused on industrial commodities, which have been screaming. Crude oil is now above its pre-COVID levels, but the real move has been in copper. Copper prices now at their highest level since 2011, and copper prices gained 20% in the month of February alone. We'll also get some market moving data for copper on Monday. The ticker symbol for copper futures is HG, and copper is priced in dollars and cents per pound. And at 25,000 pounds per futures contract, it's a big contract. Now, copper is now overbought, as you would expect, given that move. And I would like to be a seller of it. I'd like to be short while we normalize prices. I'd be a seller of the May contract at $4.25 a pound with a target of $4. We're always going to trade these with a stop, and my stop would be $4.35.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that copper shortage is still continuing. I'm going to take you guys in my portfolio real quick to show you the best company, that you can get exposure to that's actually relatively cheap and has been growing pretty well. I sent a copy of this to Larry last night, and the name of the company is Freeport-McMoRan, and their ticker symbol is FCX, Freeport-McMoRan. If you guys have the opportunity to buy in your portfolio and they took a dip, this is the top copper company with the most momentum and has the greatest opportunity to take some super growth here coming up in the next couple of weeks due to the copper shortage and all the things that have created this shortage in copper. And always remember, you want to check whenever you look at any company and you're doing this on Robinhood, check that 5-year. 5-year looks great. Check the last year. Last year looks great. Check the 3-month to see what's been going on here recently. They made $7 more. Check the last month. They made another $1. And then you lastly come down here, you take a look at this price to earnings. The lower this number, the better. But typically anything 50 and below, you're in the good. And they pay a 0.18 on the dividend. And then check this out. You didn't even need to come here and see that. The analysts are saying it's a 74% buy because you already did your homework up here when you looked at the company. So, ladies and gentlemen, my stock tip for you guys next week, get yourself some Freeport-McMoRan so that you can get into the copper game as they are struggling to get workers back in those mines. They're struggling to get some of these refineries the chips they need so that we can be putting them back in cars. And as that continues to blow, copper is going to continue to go through the roof, and it's catching up in volatility to the way we've seen gold go up. So definitely, ladies and gentlemen, jump in your portfolio, get you some Freeport-McMoRan. I think I'm going to buy me a couple of shares and add to my portfolio next week as well. And having said those things, Big Larry, I'll come to you first. What are you thinking about this copper shortage as it mirrors the chip shortage?
Yeah, I mean, it's always one of these things where you kind of have to, I mean, you want to get in on it, but you have to get out at the right time too, because shortages are shortages and they don't last forever, you know?
Right.
So you get in, there will be shortages, but every time there's a shortage, people will step up production in one way or the other. You know, either they'll step up production or they will find another means they'll find some other material or something that could be used in lieu of, and then that shortage won't exist anymore because people will no longer have the demand for copper, you know, or whatever it is, lithium or whatever that the shortage is. And so you just have to time it right. And that's where the tricky part comes. So, you know, as we often say, you can't go wrong taking profit. So if you get in and you make a certain amount of profit, just get out. Don't think, oh, I'm going to keep riding this thing to the moon, as these Wall Street bets folks say. Just set a point, a price point, or a percentage point that you want to get out, and then get out and stay firm with it. And if you look back and you say, oh, well, I'm going to get out when I get a 25% gain, and you get out at 25%, and then it jumps up and goes to another 20, 30%, well, you know, That's what happens sometimes, you know. But what
I
you
mean,
can also do is not get all the way. You can buy, you say, okay, I'm going to buy 120 shares, and then if it goes up 25%, I'm going to sell off 100 shares and keep 20, just so 125. So you buy 125, you sell 100, keep the 25 just in case it goes back up, you know.
right. You
and
can
that
always do that.
Yeah, that 25% should be enough to cover those other 25 shares just in case. So you shouldn't ever really lose.
Right. The key to it is once you get your foundation established, you take your winners, you trim back whatever you want to set as your limit. My limit is 25 to 35% gains. I trim back and then I look for more winners. And I always every other time I invest in a dividend company so they can pay me back. And you know, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But the short-term wave I want you guys to get is definitely get some of these copper stocks, and Freeport McMoRan is the best one that I did my research on.
Why don't you pull up the one I sent you today? Because some people don't have $4,000 to drop on a block of. I mean, you don't have to buy 100 shares, but you know, some people may want to buy in full blocks, and at $41 a share, it's a little expensive for some people. So why don't you pull up WRN and see what you think about that?
Hold on, let me get back to it real quick. WRN.
Larry just slanging stacks like it ain't nothing. That's what's
Who,
up.
me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to be like y'all, man.
Yeah, me too. Oh, here's a good one too. I looked at these was on that list, if I'm not mistaken. Western Copper and Gold. Now let me check. Usually when Larry send me these, I roll my eyes because some of them something that here's one reason why I would roll my eyes. There's no price to earnings, so I don't know what the real value of the company is. But you don't always have to go by that. Then you come over here and check the 5-year history. Good 5-year, a good 1 year, a good 3 months, and you've had a good month. So if you want to buy a block of these, this is not a bad start. And then the other thing, when you don't see a price to earnings, ladies and gentlemen, you can always come down here and check the earnings. And you want to see these not do what it's doing on this stock.
It's not doing much right now, but that's the whole point. If we're looking at that copper going up, we should be seeing some profits coming in future quarters.
You should. And the last time they reported earnings, which was this year, Q1, they was losing a penny per share. But what you want to expect to see happen, because this happens, and last year was a horrible year for everyone. And as you can see in 19, they was up here around being break even, which is good. Earnings drive stocks, profit drive stocks. Then 20 came, they took a dip, they went back up, and then they took another dip at the end of 20, and they've been right here so far, which means that if you watch the trend, they should, at Q2, when they have their next earnings, they should go right back up to this line and then hopefully keep going because of the shortage. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want an option and you don't want to spend on an established company, you can try this company. But things that worry me about this is 6 employees. So what I would do, if I was someone who wanted to buy, let's say you wanted to get 100, I would buy 50 shares of this and then spend the rest on Freeport McMoRan so that you are balanced. So that way you've got an exploratory stock that could take off, and then you've got an established company that you know is going to eventually grow. That's how you balance your portfolio when you want to do this type of thing. But Larry, this is a good catch. I like this. And be honest with you, my Canadian companies have never steered me wrong to this point. None of them.
Yeah, they do pretty well.
Yep.
They're mining companies. Their weed companies are so.
Yeah, weed companies is okay. They okay. Before we get out of here, Moochie and B. Avery, y'all want to follow in with anything? Tell the people what's going on your channels.
Go ahead, Moochie, go first.
I'm not really doing much. I'm still we're doing polls and we were doing the review of the finale of Mayor of Easttown.
Okay.
Ooh, how is that?
It's good. It was a short series on HBO. If you like murder mysteries, pretty good show. It was based out of Pennsylvania, and me and Nita were supposed to review that.
All right.
Okay.
Has anybody else watched it?
I haven't seen it.
It's on HBO. If you have HBO Max, you can also get it on the app.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. I saw the advertisement for it, but I haven't seen it, so I might have to check it out.
Okay, cool. B. Avery.
I still got a billion videos to do. Like I still gotta chop up a couple of more videos for my live on Tuesday. I'm trying to spread them out. My review for Conjuring 3 is up. If y'all want to check that out. I just uploaded my Jupiter Legacy review maybe 2 hours ago, so that's up as well. I recorded it 3 weeks ago, but I'm just not getting it up, and it kind of, it's kind of working out because season 2 was canceled, so it's kind of trending.
Oh, good.
So let me ask you this, BA, before you go on. Do you think that show is going to get picked up by another streaming service, or do you think it's just dead in the water?
I think it's dead in the water. It had so many complaints. I mean, maybe if they lower the budget, because I think they spent at least either 175 or 200 million on it. I don't know where they spent the money.
Yeah, it didn't look expensive.
Yeah.
When we were talking about it, I think offline, I was saying it looked like a fan film.
Right. Again, I have my movie news roundup show coming Sunday. I still gotta review Bug Breaking.
I was just gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it 1.5 times, but I'm gonna watch it again all the way through because there's so much information, and because it's such a sensitive topic, especially with it being Pride Month. I have to make sure all my ducks are in a row because there are some points in it that they hit the nail on the head, and then there's some stuff where I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You're just giving an opinion. You're not giving any facts or data, you know.
Right.
So it's a lot of stuff, and I just want to make sure that I do that the best I can. And is there anything else? I mean, I have a review. I'm gonna try to have a review for In the Heights coming up. I will be reviewing Loki, by myself with these guys, all of that stuff.
Is In the Heights a movie or a TV show?
It is a movie. It is a musical.
Musical, gotcha.
And
that's the guy from Hamilton, right?
Yeah, I saw half of it, and it is the half I saw was pretty damn good. It was.
Cool.
Oh wow!
They were singing their ass off. It was pretty good. So
nice.
I just got a lot. I got a lot to do. So
I saw one of the trailers for it, and it looked like they had these big, massive dance, segments, almost like Bollywood flavor as far as the size and scale of them.
Yeah, it's really engaging, man. If you're having a shitty day, man, it's one of those movies where you can just kind of pop in and you're gonna feel feeling better in like 30 seconds.
Oh wow! We all need one of them.
Really though.
It's just I was gonna say random, silly fun, but it's not even silly. It feels really genuine.
Oh, wow.
Only reason I didn't finish it because I was just tired and I was just like, I need to go to bed the night I started it. So.
Right.
But if you just subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bells or bell, you'll get all the stuff. And so I'm gonna try to put up at least 1 or 2 more videos tonight before I go to bed. And that's what I got going on.
No doubt. Cool. And Larry, before I get to you, man, let me just shout out another. I don't even want to call my subscribers students, but someone who's been following me and Larry since we started talking about stock. Shout out to the brother Ralph Ortiz, who bought in when the stock was $7.49. I'm talking about AMC, and he still got 200 shares right now while the stock is like $51. He's been following us ever since we started talking about the meme stocks, and he jumped in. He had 400
right now.
He had 400 shares, took some profit, like we always say, you don't go broke taking profits, and still got 200 shares left.
Take some more profits. You still have 200 shares. Go take some more.
I told him, Larry.
Oh,
I told him, you don't go broke taking them profits. Take those profits, Ralph, and then go put you a long call on Ford or Target. Those are my secret tips I ain't told nobody about. You and everybody else just now hearing it. Ford and Target. Get you a long call on them. Larry, what you got going on your channel?
Man, I have a lot of stuff to review. I just finished shooting my weekly haul video today. I was trying to get it up by 8 and I couldn't. The video is going to be so long. Normally my haul videos are about 20, 25 minutes, and this one's going to be like maybe 35 minutes or 40 minutes because I had so much stuff. I mean, I had people sending me little mini computers and blood pressure cuffs and someone sent me. I have another flashlight, a nice flashlight that someone sent me. This Nightcore flashlight that someone sent me. That's real nice. This company named Bindle Bottle. They make these insulated bottles. They sent me a coffee tumbler and a bottle called the Sip and Stash, where the bottom of the water bottles twist off, and you can put stuff in there to stash it, and then you put it back on, and the top of it's a water bottle. It looks like it looks like a Hydro Flask or a Yeti or something, except it's got the bottom part that has a separate compartment.
This dude is winning.
Man, yeah. Some J-Lab sent me some truly wireless earbuds. Man, I have a wireless Bluetooth keyboard for my iPad. Somebody was like, "We saw you got a new iPad. Can we send you a keyboard?" I was like, "Yes, please." And so
got a whole gang of stuff.
I was gonna call you. I was just about to say you're the Black Santa Claus, but then I thought about it, and I think that the original Santa Claus was black and it was whitewashed. So Santa Claus, Larry over here. You know what I'm saying? Larry Santa Claus, all the gifts, all the stocking stuff.
Now, Larry, do you remember? You remember that company I put you on to that started sending us the little computer you could plug into your TV, Azul?
Yeah, I think it was a Azul or something like that.
Azul. Are you still messing around with them?
I haven't been in contact with them for a while. They were supposed to send me something a while back, and then I think the shipments got delayed, and then we never reconnected. But I should probably contact them again and see what they have going on, because these new mini computers are way more powerful than those ones they had back in the day.
Yeah.
Like the one that they sent me today is like it can support 4K HD, Ultra HD 4K. It's able to drive dual monitors on there. I mean, it's
fanless? Like
is it fanless? It looks like it's going to be a nice little machine, and so we'll see how it performs. I mean, I'm not expecting it to perform as well as like a fully spec'd MacBook or something, but I'm hoping that it still performs well enough that if I decide I want to hook it up to my TV set, that it's going to look good and perform well. So
wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm working on that video tonight. So I'm
very grateful.
It's late, so I don't know if it's going to go out tonight. It may go out tomorrow.
Gotcha. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very grateful you guys have followed me, and all you people that just keep hitting me up about my stock videos, I've done you a disservice. I told you it was not a growth leader on this channel, but here's what I'm hearing and reviewing from you guys. Even though it's not a growth leader, you people that have found value in it have not only found value, but you found value that you are making those life gains. Ralph Larry bought Ford in January. He got the same exact call I got for $7.
Nice.
He did. And then we got a brother who has quit his job and is doing trading for a living based on the way we taught him how to do options, Larry. I mean, at the end of the day, when I'm hearing that these people are changing their lives and doing well, that is enough to make me come back and do videos, because damn how many people look at it. But if the people that do look at it get value and can do better, that's me being my brother's keeper, and I'm about that life. So y'all can just go ahead and expect y'all going to get weekly stock videos from this channel. Soon as we get done reviewing this crazy ass show where me and Larry have to teach these women how to deal with good men, we'll be right back to it.
But
so,
I'm really trying to stay quiet.
I know.
They're calling this show Run the World. What they should call it is How to Destroy Your Relationship When You Have a Good Black Man. That's what they should call it.
They should call it Runaway a Black Man. That's what they should call it.
Wow.
And having said that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys.
Black Man in 10 days.
Yep.
Wow.
We'll see you guys on B. Avery on Sunday. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. We out of here. Oh.